Hey, a couple weeks ago I made a video about this tool, the air locker. This is a tool that I use to drive nails out of pallets. And when I made that video, I had dozens and dozens of comments of people asking how I actually break the pallets apart so that I have nice and straight nails in the boards that I can drive out with the air locker. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I pull the pallets apart and get the nails straight. So let me show you how this thing works when I'm breaking apart a pallet. The thing that I love about this is it has these pivoting feet on the end. So as you put it under the pallet boards and you start to apply pressure, if you have this in the right position, it kind of balances your pressure so that it's not lifting up one end or the other end of the board. It's lifting them up even. So as it pulls the nails out of the board, it pulls the nails out nice and straight. That being said, it is heavy. And so if you're out there breaking apart 10, 15 pallets at a time, you will get an exercise lugging this thing around. But it's still way easier on my back and way easier on my forearms because I'm not doing that repetitive motion with a hammer to remove those nails. So let me show you how I remove boards off of pallets with this tool. Okay, so let's start right here with this board right here that I'm standing on. I usually like to remove the ends first because when I remove the ends, I only have one pad under there, and so the tool wants to pull sideways a little. So I found that if I remove that end and then come over there and remove that end, I can apply pressure in the middle with both pads and the board finishes off and lifts off really smooth. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Also, I've noticed that if I remove from one side and go over, by the time I'm removing the end one, the board's wanting to flip up and hit me. So I like to remove the ends first and then remove the middle. So let's go ahead and remove this one right here. So at first, I always try to put the pad so that it's all the way under the board, and as I go to lift up, it evenly applies pressure. If it's too hard to pull, if the nails are giving too much resistance, you can back it off and just lift one end at a time, to get it to go. So let's go ahead and give it a try with the full pad on there. So you see how that's lifting straight up? So this one I'm going to leave it in about halfway. It's already loose, so I'm not bending the board too bad. And I'm going to go over here and do the other side real quick. So let me put the pad on the other side. Easy. And then when I do the center ones here, the board doesn't flip up, which is great. A little bit of resistance there. Okay, so if I back it off a little, because it's lifting it uneven, then it straightens it back out. And then see how the board's coming loose? Well, it just came right out. So a lot of the times I'll just put my foot on it while I'm pulling the end one up so that it doesn't flip up and hit me. But the thing that's so great about this pallet buster is look how straight those nails are. Now, these are smaller nails than I expected on this pallet. So let me flip the pallet over and show you how it works on the other side, because on the bottom of this pallet is 2x4s. Usually when I'm using this tool, I'm pulling out pretty large nails, 2.5 to 3 inch nails at least. So I'm going to pull out this board on the end that's a 2x4 and see how big these nails are. So let me start over on this end. It's going to be perfect for my air locker tool to knock those right out. I don't have to straighten the nails or anything. I can just knock them right out. It also seems to minimize the amount of splitting on the ends of the boards because it's applying even pressure as it pulls it out. It seems to minimize the amount of splitting and I get less tear out. Okay, so if you're interested in this pallet buster, this guy is listed right now on Amazon for $59, $59.99 or something like that. I would appreciate it if you support my channel by clicking on the link and buying it through us if you're interested in it. This pallet busting head, if you're not breaking up a lot of pallets, this guy right here is $24. I'll put the link on Amazon for that as well. And you can buy it for, I think, $48 with a handle. But I absolutely love this Vestal pallet buster. Thanks for watching. So this is the one that I started out buying, and I built my own handle. Actually, before I bought this head, I built my own version of it. The problem with this is because it's not flat and because the angling just isn't quite right, it dents the wood more than I wanted. So I ended up buying this head and just screwing it on. So this head isn't nearly as durable as the other one, but I wanted to show you how well it works. Because if you're just breaking up light pallets and that's all you're really going to be doing is, you know, small 4x4 pallets or something, this tool is probably sufficient. So let me show you a little bit about how this tool works. Okay, so it's got this nice, you know, this big rocker on the bottom, and then because this weld is so far down, when you put it under the pallet, it lays almost completely flat on the bottom of the board. So then as you apply pressure, it lifts it up pretty straight. Sorry, that was a pretty gnarly board to begin with. And I found that the farther you can get it in, the better it comes up. Oh, that one tore through, which still happens. But you can see overall though, yeah, see if I pull the board up at this point, if I bend it back, I'm just bending those nails. So it's better to take the time, bring the tool over, put your foot on the board so it's not popping up, and then pop it out with this, which takes very minimal effort. And then you're not bending the nails. And then even these, you know, spiral ring shank type nails will come right out